for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. According to new data from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Cyber Tipline found that the vast majority of child exploitation reports were on big tech sites. Facebook had the most, 20.3 million. Google was second with 546,000 plus. Twitter had 65,000 plus. Put in perspective, MindGeek, the Canada-based parent company of major porn websites, had 13,229. Facebook claims 90% of the flagged incidents were duplicates. All right, let's accept that. That still leaves over 2 million incidents. 2 million incidents. Mr. Zuckerberg, yes or no? Does Facebook have a problem with child exploitation on its platform?
Congressman, this is an area that we work on a lot, but the reason why those numbers are so high is because we're so proactive about trying to find this and send it to NCMEC and others who are doing good work in this area. We send content and flags over to them quite liberally whenever we think that we might see that something is an issue. And that's, I think, what the public should want us to do, not criticize us for sending over a large number of flags, but should encourage the companies to be doing this.
You're admitting that you all have a problem, and this is one way you're trying to work on it. Mr. Pichai, yes or no? Do you agree with Mr. Zuckerberg that you all have a problem? Are you there?
Congressman, sorry, I was muted. This is an area which we invest very heavily. We have been praised by several authorities. We work proactively.
So the answer is yes. Mr. Dorsey, yes or no? Do you agree?
If we see any problems, we try to resolve them as quickly as possible.
But you do have problems, and that's why you're trying to resolve them. I get that. The problem is when you're talking about millions of incidents, and we take 90% of them as duplicates from the Facebook data, that's millions of incidents that are happening where our children are being exploited with child pornography on you all sites. We got to do better. I think you all need, for everything that we've talked about today, an independent industry-wide review team like the electronic industry did with the Underwriters Laboratory nearly 150 years ago. I told you all that when you were here before. Nobody's done anything. I don't think it needs to be within your company. I think it needs to be outside. And on that vein, I would say to Google, special permission was given to Moonshot CVE to target ads against extremist keywords. Moonshot then directed thousands of individuals who searched for violent content to videos and posts of a convicted felon who espouses anti-law enforcement, anti-Semitic, and anarchist viewpoints. Mr. Pichai, are you aware of this problem?
Congressman, I'm not aware of the specific issue. Last year, we blocked over 3.1 billion bad ads, 6,000 ads per minute. And so we enforce vigorously, but I'm happy to look into this specific issue and follow up back with you.
Well, here's what happened. You partnered with an outside group that didn't do their job. What are your standards when you partner with an outside group? What are your standards and what are your philosophy? Because they sent people who were already looking for violence to a convicted felon with anarchist and anti-Semitic views.
There is no place for hate speech, and I am disappointed to hear of this. We will definitely look into it and follow back with you.
Well, and I appreciate that. I recognize that, but I had the same concerns that Mr. McKinley had, and you weren't here last time, but we heard these same kinds of things about how we're going to work on it and how we're going to get these problems resolved. And I forget when that hearing was, but a year or so ago. And yet we continue to have the same problems where political candidates' information's being taken down because for some reason it's flagged. Where conservatives and people on the left are being hit and taken down. And I agree with many of the sentiments on both sides of the aisle that if you all aren't doing anything and it appears that you're not moving fast enough, we have no choice in Congress but to take action. I don't want to. I'd rather see you all do it like the electric industry did with Underwriters Laboratory. But Nobody's doing that. Nobody's coming up with a group that both sides of the aisle and the American families can feel comfortable with. And so we're going to have to take action, and it's probably going to be this year. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The chair